Live. And let's see when we're live now. Aha!
I think we're
Hello, everyone. Hello, everyone, and welcome to Hogarth's Global Astrology. Of course, stepping in today for Marie's table, and of course, thoughts and prayers to Marie and her partner at this very, very challenging time. And you will notice that there are three of us today. Unfortunately, Dianne, her cat Annie, is not very well. She's on antibiotics at the moment and is basically having a bit of a struggle. So, of course, it is Linda. Well, I was going to say Lady. I still got to get used to your name, Ganga. So, Lady G, also known as Ganga, and we will be holding the fort today, and we'll be covering your questions. So, one of the things I just wanted to say to everyone is happy Madigaho. And you're probably thinking, what is he talking about?
Madigaho Day.
Happy Madigaho, right? And what's that all about? And that is basically, I just did this on the fly, everyone. I literally just came up and I took the first two letters of all of our names. So Marie, so M-A, of course, Diane's Tarot, D-I, and then we have Ganga / Lady G, G-A, and then my name, H-O. Yeah, so that becomes Madigaho. Yeah, so a bit random, but I just thought you guys would like that. So unfortunately, yes, the other ladies can't be with us today, but we will do the best that we can. And I have your questions, everyone. So we may be able to see here. Let's see if it shows up in the light. Yes, it does. Let me kind of maybe turn down my light a little bit more. Let me just put a little minus on that one so you can just see that a little bit more clearly. So I have your questions. We will try to cover what we can. And before we start, I'll do a few little shout outs. Thank you everyone for attending. So who do we have? We've got Pamela Lee Stevens. We've got Ronnie Y. We've got Ging Am. We've got Carol Davis. We've got Mags2248, Palmer Lee Stevens, and we've got Marie.
Hi, Marie.
She's joining us tonight. Thanks so much for being here, Marie.
Yeah, if we're lucky, maybe Marie will chime in on some of the reads and stuff.
Would love it. Please, Marie, leave your comments.
If you have something coming through, Marie, please. Get the magic fingers going.
Indeed. And I've got Nancy. No. Oh gosh, I need to scroll down because that's actually not the proper name. Let me just see here. Oh gosh, so many people in. Oh, where is she? Matri. Yes, come on. We know each other. We've done our consultations and stuff like that. Okay, now, without further ado, so what I will do is maybe when Ganga is shuffling, that's when I'll do a few call outs. But of course, you guys, you come to this channel, you come to us because we get stuck straight in on the action. So there'll be a little bit of call out when it's appropriate, but not too much, because I know you guys, you want the stories. Okay, so Ganga, Lady G, we had a little briefing beforehand, and as we know, we've got this cra weather that is going on. And so in terms of the questions, there were what I did was I categorized things depending on how many people asked. Okay. So in terms of weather events, we have George Bailey, who said, what's going on with the weather? Then we had Granny K406MT, and she said, when will the heat wave end? Then we had Joni Angels are real, very clever, capital R. She said, 2021 hurricane season on east coast of Florida. Where will it hit and how severe will it be? And then we had Terry Campbell, and will Elsa fizzle out over Cuba? So, hey, so Lady G, what do you reckon we just do? Maybe like a general read for the weather for Florida, and let's see how we go. And I think you should go first. And when you're ready, let me know and I will read out a few more names, yeah?
Hey.
All right, so we've got here, hello to Jenny W. Carolan, Carolann. We've got Michelle Bolden. What's this here? Dina Donatelli. Oh, that's a great name, isn't it? Dina Donatelli. Wow, love that.
Okay, well, first things I have is that it's in instability with the weather with that. Above it, things are coming that we're not going to want to deal with. So take the opportunity to do what you can. And it looks like it's going to grow.
Oh.
That's not fabulous. Yeah. So it doesn't look like it's going to, die out on the way there this time. I'm also getting that it's rooted, it's continuing forward. The hamster wheel, it's keeping turning, and that people are going to face some vulnerabilities with it.
Yes.
So, so it looks like, prepare for it for sure. Things could still change. Let's hope for a change, but as it looks now, it looks like it's going to continue forward. It's going to amp up, and people are going to get hit with it.
Wow. I mean, there's so much to look at, isn't there? So with my cards, I've got slightly different cards from you, but again, because obviously I'm a British viewer, so my cards will come up slightly differently because, of course, I interact with the energy of America from a sort of like the outside looking in perspective. So what is the card that I get first? So let me just make sure that you can see this. Here we are. So here we are. As we know, this tends to be the card for Joe Biden. So we got the King of Cups. So it means Mr. Biden is going to have a lot on his plate. Yeah, he's going to have a lot to think about. Because when we look at the obstacle card, we get the judgment card here. Now, the judgment card, as Lady G will well know, when it's the right way up, it's all about redemption, isn't it? It's about redemption, kind of turning over a new leaf, a kind of a mea culpa in that sense, where we're confessing our sins, and it's about absolution. But of course, here it is in reverse. Now, the reversed position, of course, can be interpreted in many ways. But, if in terms of when we look at this is in a ways like the opposite of absolution. So there will be it's almost like, I would say, America and perhaps maybe wider parts of the world, because we know Canada is having troubles, may actually literally feel judged by weather phenomena that is happening in the world. Yeah, if we can think of it that way. Literally, people are going to feel like a client of mine, Krista, you know who you are. She was telling me about Canada, about this little town in that the heat waves have gone up into Canada, and I think it's called Lynn or something like that. And apparently this town has vanished, not vanished, but burst into flames. So if we look here, there's going to be a lot of emotion around this issue of the weather, but this could also be a time where people really actually start engaging with the subject matter properly. Mm-hmm. If we look here, we've got the Five of Wands here, which we understand. We know that it is conflict or differences of opinion. All the people here are wearing different stripes. It's reversed. It intensifies that element. So there are going to be people that will still be maybe denying climate change. But a lot of people are going to be like, oh my God, come on. It's so obvious. This place in Canada, I think it hit 121 Fahrenheit.
In Canada.
And that equates to 49 degrees. That's hotter than the Middle East. Way hotter. Yeah. So there's going to be conflict. There's going to be debate about this. Is it true? Isn't it true? What should we do? But they need to pull their fingers out. And unfortunately, if we look at the outcome card, if we look at that, what do we have? Look, we have Three of Swords. So we know there's going to be a tremendous amount of heartache about the weather. We are going to feel, much of the world is going to feel like it's out of control. So basically, everyone has to kind of buckle up, and we'll see. I wish it were a more positive story, but I think we know the reality, don't we? Okay, so
yeah, I mean, Florida has been so fortunate. When I lived there 8 years, we had a lot of potential hits for hurricanes, and we managed to miss them all. But this time, just get ready for it. Just
yeah.
Yeah.
I think it's going to be. I think it's just going to be a bit dicey, isn't it? I mean, the whole global weather is in a spin.
Oh,
And
absolutely.
why is it in a spin? Because we need, as humanity, we need to wake up. There are so many people that are still denying climate change, and it has to stop. And what will happen, unfortunately, will reach a point where it can no longer be denied. I mean, if there are any doubters in Canada, oh my goodness, that's vanished now, because they've lost hundreds, literally due to heat. Mars, planet of heat and passion and fire, is debilitated in the sign of Cancer. The sign of Cancer also deals with real estate, yeah, and it's happening in the 8th house of the USA chart. And that means sudden shocks and surprises. What did we have? We had that collapse of real estate in Florida, and Florida could also even get some weather events as well. Exactly. So I know that's not the most, but we just got to be real. All right, so Lady G, yes. We have a question. Let's read on the Delta variant. So we've had Richard Kano, who's also asked, and Meg H, and what she said, will we have to go back into lockdown, and will mask wearing mandates come back? How about that? Let's read on that. Let's turn this around. Oh, I should show my shuffling, actually. I'm shuffling quite well today. Let me just see if I can do it again.
Ruffling, shuffling?
Yeah. But what I love is when I do this bit here. Oh, no, it wasn't quite as spectacular as the first time. Never mind. Let's see this. Let's see how we do. I got it that time. There we are. All right, while you're shuffling, we have Marjorie Lara. And let's see, Jenny W. and Carol Ann. So it's Carol Ann. So we've got a few. What cards did you cards did you get? Ganga, you're still shuffling, aren't you?
I'm still shuffling.
I think Diane's tarot is here. Thanks so much, Dianne. I think she's made a little donation. All right, I'm going to pick out 5. So we are looking at the Delta variant. The Delta variant.
Delta variant it is. Almost ready.
Isn't it interesting, Ganga? Because you may have seen in one of my last videos where the sun and the moon were in Gemini, sidereal Gemini, and Sagittarius. And I said, that is where the virus began, with the nodes in the moon. I said, we're going to see something else in regards to the virus, and that Delta variant is spreading. Let's see what the cards. What cards did you get?
Well, first of all, I got the messages. It's going to be eating away at stuff. Again, in the center of it, karma, manifesting. It's manifesting, the fights and the usual things. There will be those that don't want to wear the mask. And there's going to be an upsurgence, of course, because they're not wearing the masks. Mm-hmm. The challenge is going full speed ahead. There are those that want to continue to rush forward, mm-hmm. and have a success. But what we're getting out of that is silence, an abuse of power, and soulful. So it looks like, it's going to be the same fight we had to begin with. Coming in and saying, look, people, you need to wear your masks. You need to take care. just because you've been vaccinated doesn't mean you can't get it. And we'll have those that are going to, again, push the limits and say, we're not wearing a mask. We're not going to do it. The same thing as go round as we had the first time.
So it's almost like a rinse and repeat. My goodness.
Yeah.
Typical. All right. So what did I get? So I got here. This is quite an interesting card. I got the mercenary card, yeah, but it's reversed. And we know that when it comes to this card in particular, we know it's one of the slowest moving cards. Yeah, one of the slowest moving cards, and it's reversed. And the way I interpret this is that, in a way, this can represent, maybe this represents some of the red states and some of the red states that are not yet vaccinated.
That's true.
And what this suggests is, because it's a slow moving night, so it suggests in terms of there are parts of the country where the vaccination is moving slowly, too slowly. Yeah, it's even slower. What would this lead to? This could potentially lead to a tower moment. Yeah, we all know this card. We all know what this means. So what I would anticipate in the less vaccinated states, there could be a bit of a tower moment, in the sense of numbers could potentially significantly increase.
Right.
However, if we look here, let me just turn this way. Let me just turn down my light just a little bit more, just so you can see that a bit better. There we are. So we also have the Ace of Wands. Now, of course, the Ace of Wands, all aces are about new starts, innovation, bursting forth with something. They're quite optimistic. And here it is, the Ace of Wands. Now, we know wands are about fire, and a lot of them are to do with entrepreneurship. So what this suggests to me is that, due to the low vaccination rates, or the slow vaccination rates, there'll be a tower moment. But then it also suggests that there'll be a recovery. Yeah, there'll be a recovery, or maybe new initiatives to start business back up again. But for some people, this will be a journey. Here we are. We've got the Six of Swords. For some people, this could mean maybe people transitioning, literally, like passing away and going to smoother waters, which would make sense, wouldn't it? But also as well, maybe people might start distancing themselves from sort of Trumpy rhetoric, shall we say. There could be an element of that. And then for my final card, I get the Magician. But look, the Magician reversed. When the Magician's the right way up, we know it's about power, isn't it? It's about power, feeling in control and all that stuff. But when it's reversed, that speaks a lot about manipulation. So there is this element here where people may either feel that they're being manipulated, or perhaps there's going to be something that kind of comes out which is going to reveal something that we didn't know before. Would you agree with that, Ganga? Yeah?
Yeah, absolutely.
Interessante.
You got to feel sorry for Australia, too. They just are not getting the vaccines.
Yeah. And they say, in fact, we can read a little bit on Australia once it comes up to that section, and a lot of people are saying that the guy who's in charge is actually quite like Trump, but I think he used to work in PR or something like that, but he sounds like he's not fully qualified for the job. All right, so let's move on to Iran. Now, of course, there's been a bit of talk about Iran. We know about the whole uranium enrichment. We know that Trump basically put the chop on the deal, that deal in terms of, nuclear arms, etc. So this question comes in, and we've got 545 people with us right now. So that's not too bad. That's not too shabby. So Iran. So I got a question here, and forgive me if I mispronounce this, but it was a very long name that you have as a profile name. So I've got here Saide Neresarali. Forgive me, I think I just made absolute mincemeat of that, but never mind. And anyway, so this person said, life essentials are so expensive in Iran. Survival is an issue. Will present government come to an end? So if you'd like to have a spin on that. Yeah, let's see. And so we've got Coop01 as you're shuffling. Lenny Marie's that gives us lots of thumbs up. Patricia Reyes said, hi, Maria. Lady G. Marie, sorry. What's it? Why are we not helping Canada and Australia with the vaccine? Well, there you are. I think that's quite a political thing. We know that America and the UK and some other places have a surplus. Distribution, of course, is an issue. Is Canada struggling with their vaccination program? I guess they are. Do you know anything on that in regard?
I don't know anything on it. Maybe somebody out there knows something. If you know something, please put it in our comments.
Yeah, put it in the comments and we'll try and read that out. So hello to Sandra Banks. Thank you so much. And hello to Chelsea Bayer. That's an interesting name. Right, I'm going to have a little spin of my cards and see what I get. All right, so just to remind ourselves of the question, it's about Iran. What is going on with Iran? And will they have a new government? All right. Iran. Yeah. Apparently they're really struggling for the basics over there. I remember seeing some new stuff on that. And of course, there's been sanctions as well. And I think they've got a new president / prime minister. I don't know what the terminology is used in Iran, but they've got a new political leader. He seems potentially quite progressive. All right. So, Lady G, are you ready, or do you want me to have a little read?
Why don't you go ahead and start?
All right. Iran. Oh, this is very interesting.
Takes me a little longer to ruffle, shuffle, and get them put out here.
This is very interesting. All right. So, what is the first card that I get? Which is supposed to symbolize, exemplify the situation. Look at this. I get the 3 of Pentacles in reverse. This is very interesting because when the 3 of Pentacles is right way up, it's about collaboration. Yeah, it's about collaboration. It is about teamwork. It is about working towards a shared goal. But look, when it's reversed, here, in a way, we can almost start thinking of the opposites of that. So this could be machinations behind the scenes. Maybe there are arguments going on within the political structure of Iran about what to do. Especially this could suggest a review of their partnerships. Who are we going to side with? Who are our allies? Yeah, because this can be very much a card of allies, and it looks like this is very much in review. In what context is this happening? We have the Hierophant. When it's the right way up, it is about government, tradition, rules, structures. But here it's reversed. So this suggests that maybe the leadership, because of the situation in Iran, might be seeking to break from tradition. There could be some element of where maybe the sanctions are starting to become so painful now, and everyday people are suffering. They're like, maybe people are looking at the government with a different perspective. Yeah. We see here the Star card. Now, we all know this Star card. Now, usually if we were reading on America, this would be the card for America. Yeah. But we are reading about Iran, and it's reversed. When it's the right way up, it is normally about what? Rejuvenation, isn't it? It is about coming to a place of healing and moving forward in a very optimistic way. It's a beautiful card, but it's reversed. Now, what this can mean is this can suggest that the people of Iran are feeling unloved right now, even neglected. Yeah. We think of in terms of the context of the relationships with people overseas and the machinations and the schemings. We've got the Hierophant reverse, which is the government maybe not doing quite the things it should. And then we have the Star reverse. So the Iranian people are feeling a bit out in the cold. Then we have the Page of Swords. Now, this is often like swords often deal with they deal with the intellectual mind. They deal with truth. Yeah. The Page of Swords can reference the enemy in the camp or some kind of legal action going on. So all is not well. Yeah. With all of this going on, I think there is infighting. Yeah. I think there is infighting. And maybe some people may even want to blow the whistle. And then as we look for the outcome card, I get the Two of Wands. And what's Two of Wands about? We all know what that's about. Making plans. But here it's not just making plans. Look, the gentleman is holding on to the wand here. Yeah. And he's looking at the waters. But the most important thing is that he has a globe in his hand. This suggests to me that Iran may at some point, at the very least, is reassessing its relationship with the outside world. Quite literally, the leadership in Iran is thinking, you know what, we may have to change some things, yeah? We may have to change things and kind of look overseas and maybe get some overseas support. Who knows who that support could be? Would it be Russia? Maybe. Who knows? We will have to see. So that's what I've got there. So Iran is pondering a lot of stuff, and I think they're in a lot of pain. What did you get, Lady G?
Well, what I got in the center of it is they're wanting a victory. Okay? So above it, they're going to have to stop some things that they're doing, and they're looking for a magical opportunity. You know, this is the make it happen card. So they're looking for some open way to go forward. The challenge is, you know, now usually this is my card for Biden. So I don't know if this is Biden or not in this case, but it's about some things that have been released and charging forward for some sort of a peace. So maybe something new to do with the
Iran deal, perhaps?
Iran deal. Yeah, maybe they're looking at something new with the Iran deal. And going forward, we've got wanting justice, charging ahead with that full speed ahead. And again, like you said, looking for friendship, for some partners.
Partnership, yes.
Partnerships to go forward. And my Lenormand was the time is to really look at things in depth, really with a magnifying glass. We need to look and we need to change things. If we want to have a victory, we need to stop some things. We need to pull some others in. We need to maybe make better peace deals and again, make better alliances and partnerships.
So get some friends in. So it seems that on one level, Iran may be projecting a certain image to the world, but on another level, it seems they are desperately seeking allies. Yeah. So maybe this could be actually an opportunity for the Biden administration to maybe reach out an olive branch on the down low, so to speak, to Iran to maybe kind of try and extricate them from this difficult position, because the person who left the question, this person was suggesting that the essentials, the essentials in Iran are becoming scarce, even things like milk and cheese and stuff like that. So before we move on to the next question, I just want to give some acknowledgements. So thanks everyone for the donations and the super chat and all that stuff. Thank you so much.
Absolutely.
I will share those with Lady G. What's this? Jin A.M. Please like and subscribe to these awesome readers. Oh, thank you. Oh,
thank you. That's so
we should subscribe. So, of course, there's myself. There's Lady G as well, and of course, Diane's Tarot and Marie's Table. Oh, yes. Diane saying Annie's finally asleep.
Yes, so thank goodness for that. Let's hope she has a good rest, and definitely, send her some good energy. All of you that are out there that are Reiki practitioners, send little Annie some extra energy.
Absolutely. You guys know what you're doing. Okay, so that was Iran. That was very interesting. So number 4, we need to talk about Australia. Australia. So I've got a message here. Now, forgive me, I'm going to try and say your name right. And it seems to be spelled Dianne de Souza. Yeah, I think de Souza is a Portuguese name. So Dianne, so what she has written here is, Australia is run by corrupt ministers. Morrison, the leader, who apparently is very much like Trump, but I think he used to work in PR, something like that, but maybe not quite qualified to be leading a country. Nothing against PR, but you know what I mean. And and she said here, will things change or more of the same? All right.
Okay, could you do the last part, because you froze for a few seconds?
Oh, sorry, did I freeze?
Yeah.
So Dianne de Souza was asking, will things change on the next election in Australia, or will it be more of the same? All right, let's have a spin on that.
Okay.
All right, let's see. Australia. Whenever I think of Australia, I think of this crazy ad that they used to have that on McDonald's, and it was the man that used to play Dame Edna Everage, but it was his male kind of character, and it was an advert for McDonald's. They pulled it quite quickly, and he was describing the new McDonald's range by all the stains that were on his shirt. And it was so vile. And I just remember he used to say, now I'm a big fan of Nouvelle Cuisine, but you can't beat good hearty tucker. But it was just really like, he was quite a gross character. If anyone can remember who this character's called, I need to remember for next time. All right, Australia. Will they change, or will it be more of the same? Will it change, or will it be more of the same? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. All right, I've got my 5. But your turn next. Oh my God, some of these cards, bloody hell. Ooh, very interesting. Oh, is that right? Wow. This is fascinating, folks. So for the Australian readers, I've got some interesting cards here. While Lady G is getting ready. So hello to Catherine Bennett, Julie P, and Tris. That's quite a good one. Well, she said, Auntie Lena calls him Scotty from marketing. Right, yeah. That's Dr. Lena Rodriguez. Scotty from marketing. Yeah, it seems like, I mean, the cards I've got, they're not so hot, but, we'll see what happens.
Okay, you want me to go forward first?
Yes, please.
Okay, well, things are moving to a new message. But things are going to be going at a snail's pace.
Oh.
When it comes to, moving energy forward, trying to find a union, better people, but there will be those that are just trying to get away with something,
Mm.
And, 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 trying to get away with it again. The challenge is lost when it comes to those in government that know what they're doing. When it comes to peace and that, and then they are having those again, still fighting and still doing that, moving that stuff forward. So, but it doesn't look so good. Again, they're going to try to get away with stuff, accomplishing, this fighting of craziness, creative when it comes to things of the past. So it looks like, maybe it's going to be a real dirty campaign or something coming up. And again, it looks like it's going to change, but very, very slowly. Maybe not this election. They won't get so much changed.
We'll have to see. Just to answer Warrior Girl 113, where's Dianne? And so Diane's cat wasn't very well, but Diane's cat Annie, but she's finally managed to kind of get some sleep. So she just needed really to kind of look after the cat. As we know, she's been very clingy and very needy of late, bless her. So she's had to look after the cat, and no vets have been available. All right.
I hope you've got better cards than I had. Yeah, maybe not.
Okay, if we look here, unfortunately, we get the devil reversed. Now, we know that this is a douchebag card anyway, whatever way up it is. But when it's reversed, it can also even talk about really severe addictions, yeah? Really severe addictions, machinations, cruelty, just the lowest of the low. And from what I understand, the little that I do know about what's going on in Australian politics, there's been a lot of stuff that has been happening to women, particularly in Parliament. There's been a lot of allegations, and I think things proved around sexual assault and stuff like that, but also corruption. Yeah. So really, when we think of the questions, when we go back to Dianne de Souza, she's talking about the corruption. Here it is, and it's really deep. It's sunk into the roots. What is this all about? What's the obstacle? Yeah, there is this element in terms of when it comes to the voter of what? Trying to go back to the past. But this is an obstacle. Yeah, this is an obstacle. So what this suggests is that this government is much like the Trump administration, yeah, wanting to go back to the past, make America great again, and this is make Australia great again, all this kind of stuff. But things need to what? Move forward, yeah, need to move forward. If we look here, we have, let me just make sure we've got the Five of Cups. Yeah, we've got the five of Cups reversed. So when it's the right way up, of course, this is talking about loss. Yeah, talking about loss and, the emotions. But we can see 3 are down, 2 are up. But this is reversed. So there is that sense, if you take the literal opposite, meaning this could be about let's say this is about emotional reflection. Yeah. Deep introspection here about these various topics. People, all of this stuff is going to be raked over. Yeah. All this devil stuff that's come out, all of this nostalgia from the past, people are going to need to reflect on that and ask themselves if that is really relevant. But what is the government's going to try and do? It's going to try and hold on. Yeah.
Yeah.
So here we are. The government is going to try and hold on to its resources. They're probably still going to keep on with the mining, the mining of the coal and the ore and all that kind of stuff, which, Australia flogs to the world. They don't want to let go of the old ways. Yeah, these are the old ways. Yeah, the nostalgia. Yeah, they don't want to let go of the nostalgia. However, they may be forced to let go. There may be some kind of wound in battle. Maybe it could be that the Australian people are just like, you know what? We don't want that. And when we look here with this card reversed, if the person tries to stand up, they get what? Stabbed by the swords. Yeah. So here, this could suggest a deep wound, deep reflection, Maybe there will be an election change and they will be reflecting on their loss. We can't guarantee these things. I'm not sure when they're happening. Maybe it's next year or the year after. But at the very least, the government is going to try and hold on to its position to try and win again. And it's going to be talking about the past, the glory days, yeah? If there is such a thing for Australia. There we go. So let's see. So we've got Marsha Green. What's this? Marsha Green, what's she saying? I agree. Oh, what's she saying? Oh, never mind. It's gone now. So thanks for everyone for tuning in. Here we are. We are now at 668 viewers. Woo! Lovely.
And it goes up another notch.
Indeed, we're going up a notch, going up. So that was Australia. Now let's talk about Ethiopia. Yeah, Ethiopia. So here, now the person who posed this question is called Savity P. Yeah, so you know who you are. So the question is very simple. And this person has said, what is Ethiopia's future? A big question, really, in a way.
Yeah, it's a big question.
All right. We got some thanks here from Time to Shine as well to ourselves. So thank you so much. All right, Ethiopia. Ethiopia. What's going on with Ethiopia? What's the future? The future of Ethiopia. Ethiopia. Just going for outcome. And let's see. They actually told me the name of the president or prime minister of Ethiopia, but I think I forgot to write down. Oh, very interesting. Okay. Are you ready? You ready to go, Lady D, or do you want me to read?
No, you can go first. I pull more cards than 5, so it takes me a bit longer.
Of course, that makes sense. All right, folks. So, forgive me, I cannot remember the name of the president / prime minister of Ethiopia. The person left it in the question, but I was scribbling down so many things that I dropped out the name. Anyway, so let's assume this card is about him. Yeah, so what do we have here? We've got the King of Wands. Yeah, the King of Wands. And as many of you will know from watching so many of us on YouTube do tarot, we know that the King of Wands is about an entrepreneur. Yeah, it's about a leader, a man of passion. Yeah, a man of resources, a man that is, or a person. You can remember, it's not even necessarily gender specific. It could be any person, but this is an entrepreneurial spirit. Yeah, so it means the leader sees themselves, and as we are particularly talking about males, sees himself as some kind of entrepreneur. Yeah, that he's got the answers at his fingertips. However, what is the obstacle? If we look here, the Two of Swords. So we know straight away this person is not feeling secure about the choices that they need to make. There's lots of issues going on in Ethiopia, and I think a lot of people have actually been displaced, which of course doesn't help. And I think this president / prime minister is feeling somewhat at a crossroads about what to do in terms of the future. And then we see, what is that about? It is about justice. Yeah, it's about justice. But here we see justice reversed. So it suggests that there may be lawlessness. Yeah, lawlessness. The laws or normal norms around the lords have been turned upside down in some way. It suggests that maybe there's something, the situation in Ethiopia is quite chaotic. And then we see, we have the Nine of Swords. And as we know, when it's the right way up, this talks about sleepless nights, etc., and all that kind of stuff, and worry and stress and stuff like that. It's reversed. So does it mean that there is no worry, that there's no stress? Of course not. It doesn't mean that. If anything, I would suggest this could be, when I just kind of tune in with the energy of Ethiopia, I would say it's even more stressful. You know, there's a lot going on, and I think there's actually a civil war. So this guy is very much worried about Ethiopia. And then on the outcome, look, we have a tower moment, yeah, but it's in reverse. But really, we can still see it in this way. When it's reversed, it can speak even more about internal anguish. Like when I did my last reading on Trump, I got the tower reversed, which suggested his internal world was crumbling. So if we apply this to the context of Ethiopia, it would suggest that internally that it seems as if, almost as if the country is breaking down. There is lawlessness, disorder, and all sorts of cra going on. Pardon me. So let's hope that the situation improves, but it's not looking great right now, at least for the immediate future. I think quite a bit has to come out of the wash. What did you get, Lady G?
Well, at the center of it, I got that they need healing, a lot of healing above it, but it's, as far as healing is concerned, it's low, it's not good. Of course, underneath of it, they want the best that they can have, but it's not happening. It's not happening. The challenge is trying to hold on. Above it, we have humble, so it's again not going well. Underneath of it is putting light on the problems. And then going forward, they want to have some hope about some material gains, some better things happening. But we've got temperance there, so kind of cool. It's they want to progress, get things better, but it's not happening. And what I got was fine tooth comb looking at these deaths, these endings, and all of this stuff that's going to be happening.
Wow.
Yeah.
So it's challenging for Ethiopia. Challenging, it seems.
Yeah, so it's not going to go forward anytime soon. They have a lot of things, so a lot of deaths and other stuff that they're going to have to be dealing with, and just trying to hold the line.
Wow. Okay, well, how the time has raced, it is incredible. So we've still got about what's that, about 12 minutes left. Okay, so let's talk about voting rights. So bringing it back to the USA. So I had Geo Angel, Shari H, and Michelle J.M. And one of the questions there, because they were similar, why do the justices not want voting rights for the people? Will they be purged? Now, Ganga, you'll probably be able to bring me up to speed on this one. I understand that apparently the justices said that the audit in Arizona can continue. Is that correct, or am I imagining it wrong? Right. Okay.
Yeah, they upheld the voter restriction things that they're doing in Arizona.
Wow. Upheld. Well, there we go. And what's interesting is, I mean, everyone knows, like, who subscribes to my channel or whatever, I did discuss, and I said around the legal profession there will need to be a purge. So I said there's people in the legal profession, the DOJ, all these other different kind of things, lawyers, lawmakers, where stuff is going to come out that's not going to be so rosy. So obviously someone's had a chat with them, and they've been sort of like against Trump and his wishes, and now obviously they've decided against this. Wow. All right, let me just do a spread. The lawmakers, the judges, why did they side in favor of Arizona, which is an absolute sham circus Banana Republic, ding dong, swinging from the chandelier, cray cray. But you know, do you know what I mean? I shouldn't even laugh because it's too serious, isn't it? I mean,
it's just, you know.
Absolutely bonkers. Oh, here we go. Typical. Just what you would think. It's so clear. It's so clear. Are you ready, Leji? Do you want to go for it?
Well, we've got the snakes. The snakes are in the house, not good for the health.
Mm-hmm.
You know, poisonous for the health of a country. So when it comes to, there are a number of them that are going to be thrown out of the courts pretty soon. But we have, again, they're trying to continue to get away with stuff.
Mm-hmm.
We have people that are very worried about what's coming up with it.
Mm-hmm.
You know, they want to cool their jets, but their thing behind it is self-determination. They want it their way. You know, this Republican agenda of drama. And they just continue to fuel going after this fantasy notions and nonsense.
Yeah. Wow.
Yeah.
Oh, it's just such a persistent theme, isn't it? That kind of delusion. So, are those your cards? Shall I do my little bit?
Yeah, that's it. They're just hanging with the Republic ugly agendas, and they want to stay in power. The whole thing about that is wanting the Republic uglies to stay in power and have more Republic uglies empowered in the courts. You know, they want to have overrun with that. So yeah, it's that same thing.
Gosh. All right. So, and now we're up to 730 people. So thanks so much everyone for tuning in and taking your time to be with us this evening. Thank you. So, and thanks for the donations as well. Wonderful.
Yes, absolutely.
Wonderful. All right. So when we look here, look at this. The second we get anywhere near the Republicans, what do we get? We get barking dogs at the moon and lobsters coming out the water. Maybe it's even scorpions. Who knows where it's at? In fact, is it a lobster? Yeah, it's a lobster. So now remember, Salvador Dali was famous for what? With his lobster telephone, yeah? So what this is what I think is just like you were saying, like the Republic uglies are on the lobster telephone and they're just like, ding, 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 you need to do this, you need to do that. So there are secrets that hopefully will come out. So someone has been on the lobster telephone to these justices, to say to them, look, you voted against, the agendas, you've made your point, now you need to give us a win. I think it's been like that, someone's been on the phone. And when we look, what is the obstacle? So if we look here, we have got the 8 of Wands. Now, when it is the right way up, it is about things moving forward at a pace, things moving forward at a pace, over land, over sea, to get stuck in and events happen. But it came out reverse. So look, these judgments have been made, in order to what? Reverse the progress on voters' rights, because they're trying to stop what? The inevitable, because they know that if they play legit, then the Republic uglies will not win. What are they doing? They are working hard behind the scenes, when it's the right way up. Could be someone in study. Pardon me, this is someone working hard for their job. Really, when we reverse it, that person or entities or organizations are still working hard, but it's like they're working hard behind the scenes. They're working hard to what? Reverse what they know to be inevitable if they stick on that path. They don't want people to be free. And then what do we see? We see the temperance card, yeah, but it's not the right way up. It's reversed. So again, what is temperance all about? Temperance, when it is the right way up, it is about trying to find a balance, healing. It's a very positive card overall, but here they're trying to reverse that. They're trying to create a scenario, a situation that is unbalanced, unequal. Yeah, unequal. And why are they doing it? Because of what? The money. Yeah. Surprise, surprise. There is the Queen of Pentacles. When you look at her, she's looking at that coin. Yeah. Look how intently she's looking at that coin. She's like, I better not drop this. Yeah. Because this is the wealth of my whole family. So really what they're trying to do is they're doing it for the money, and they're thinking about their donors as well. They're thinking about their donors, their benefactors, and they don't want to lose them, because they know if they lose the elections, yeah, then that's it. Also as well, these judges, if they are receiving payments, they want to keep receiving those payments. They want to maintain security. So there you go.
And I think a lot is going to come out in the investigations they're doing into the Supreme Court judges about their travel things, who's paying it, where they're going, who they're meeting with. They've got that going on now too, don't forget. So a lot is going to come out on that, payoffs and stuff that are going behind the scenes.
Yeah, I think there's lots of secret bribes. It's so murky, everyone. And also as well, I just want to say to everyone, don't think that, you know, that the Democrats are covered in icing sugar. Yeah, they are not beignets from New Orleans. Yeah, that you just stuff in your mouth and you go, isn't that sweet? No, some of them are sketch as well.
Exactly.
All right. So we might have quite a few surprises in regards to that. I think Greenpeace were able to do a little bit of a sting and actually get some CEOs. Someone was telling, I think it was Christo was telling me, they managed to get some CEOs from like Exxon or some big oil company to confess that they've been putting money in the pockets of senators. Right. Okay. We have got time for one more question, and that's actually worked out quite well. So let's look at old Trumpety Trump. Yeah.
Okay.
L'Orange. So Gail Swift Fernandez has said, will the changes / indictments for Trump org expand to his children? And Matri, yeah, that was a question for you as well. What will happen to Trump? So let's look at those. Let's look at those together. Let's do the children first, and then we'll finish off with Trump. All right. Did you hear the Sun the other day? Both the sons coming out to defend Puppy, only to actually further incriminate themselves. I think it was Don Jr. was like, yes, he paid the tuition fees and stuff like that because he's a good man. And we're stainless lives. Honestly, I nearly wet myself on the sofa. I was like, stainless lives? I don't think so. You know, as if their mother was Windowline, yeah? Or whatever.
They're going after him because he's so good. He's so good to people.
Exactly. Stainless lives. Honestly, how many crucifixes in churches just spun upside down? I don't know, in the evangelicals that have been supporting them, you know, ridiculous. Anyway, Trump's children. Let's put here. Trump's children. Well, everyone knows my views on Madame Ivanka. I think she's going to be the one to have to stick in the knife, put her foot on the accelerator to put Daddy, you know, under Donald Underbus. They'll have to call him soon. Let's see here. But I just find it remarkable. Why don't these, you know, they're so riddled with insecurity because they know that they're crooks. They keep talking, and the best thing for them to do
is zip it. They're so smart, though. You know, so smart to put all that out there.
Absolute idiot. And that's why I keep saying Ivanka is the smarter one, because she just keeps.
Yeah, you don't see her.
You don't see her. Not that she's a genius, but you know what I mean. Anyway. Ooh. Ooh, very interesting. All right. So shall are you ready?
I am ready.
All right, go for it. Let rip.
Okay. Well, first of all, things are getting eaten away. The more they yammer, the more they're eating away at their case, and is coming the cross. It's their cross to bear is soon coming up, and it's a rocket ship. Rocket ship.
Rocket ship to nowhere, by the looks of that. Rocket ship to nowhere.
At times, a lot of sticks and stones, and a lot of people are coming after them with the sticks and stuff.
All sides.
And all their evil deeds are coming forward from the investigation.
Wow.
So it's not looking so good, shall we say?
Oh my God. Pickle soup, isn't it? Pickle soup. All right. So here's my one. I'll try and rip through so we can do a little bit of the old trumpety trump. And we are now up to 803 viewers. Thank you all so much. All right. So if we look here, what do we always get? Whenever we talk about the old trumpety trumps, what do we get? We get pentacles. But look, reversed. Yeah. Normally it would be this way up. When I did a little pull for Ivanka, she got it this way up. So the rest of them might be broke, but she'll be all right. But look, it's reversed. Yeah. So what does this talk about? It's very obvious. The money is being cut off. Yeah. The money is being what? Reviewed, investigated. Yeah. What's going on with that? If we look here, decision makers are not liking what is on offer at all. This can even also speak about, if I remember correctly, it can also speak sometimes even about illness of some kind. But definitely the emotions are disturbed. When the card is the right way up, the person doesn't like what's on offer. So we can pretty much comfortably say the options that are available to the Trump children are dwindling. Yeah, they are not looking forward to this. And what is coming forward? Yeah, there is a bit of judgment coming forward. Yeah, there's a bit of judgment. So I also suggest that they want to do a bit of a mea culpa. Yeah, this is what I anticipate will be. The Trump kids will come out at some point and say, Daddy made me do it. Yeah, wasn't my fault. Yeah, please absolve us. We're not guilty. We are stainless. Yeah, what a load of BS.
We're so clean.
We're so clean, yeah, so clean. They are as clean as an oil spill in the middle of the bloody Atlantic. Do you know what I mean? With a bit of plutonium thrown in for good measure. As clean as Fukushima. Anyway, so if we look here, we have the Emperor. So of course, when it is the right way up, we are talking about a patriarch, a powerful man, yeah? Someone who is in control of things, but it's reversed. So we all know who this is. This is Daddy, yeah? Daddy is upside down. He can't stop obsessing about his loss, and he's basically kind of cry and can't sort himself out. So in terms of the outcome, the children are going to have to dig deep. They are going to have to find their strength. Yeah, whatever strength it is that they have, which is probably not that much, but nonetheless they're going to have to dig and they're going to have to try, because Daddy cannot get them out of this situation, and if anything, he is a liability. What did you get, Lady G?
I already read on it first.
Oh wait, oh God. Sorry, guys.
It was so memorable, you forgot it already.
Forgive me. No, I remember what you said now.
Either that or you're having a senior moment early in life.
oh my goodness. Yeah, maybe I'm channeling, Duck L'Orange, it's all spinning out of control already. Okay, so just to finish up, let's do a quick read on Trump. We're slightly over the hour. It's gone so quick, just to see what's going on in old Trumpety Trump's world.
Well, I'm already ready for it. So,
Oh, you're ready. Let rip. Go for it.
so we've got the community of false faces and masks that are going to be unmasked soon. Not only him, but of course his whole cadre of people around him. In the center, as far as integrity is concerned, forget it. We've got barking mad at the moon.
Again.
As usual.
Demented. He's demented.
Yeah, the challenge is his loss that he keeps, the tower moment that he keeps stuck in, that he is stuck in forever and will continue just to regurgitate the same thing. Going forward, we have the lightning bolt thing coming down on his whole organization, and he is the head of it. And so this is all coming down on Daddy Dearest.
Wow. All right. Well, what did I get? Here we are. I got the 4 of Wands. So what's all about? Family. Quite literally, this is the card of family. Yes, it's all about the Trump organization, the Trump family. And now he's going to find out how loyal his children really are. Let me tell you, I think there is this stiletto Jimmy Choo heel that is about to press on the accelerator on the big yellow bus to roll over Daddy. So if we look here, Trump is in deep reflection here. He's having a kind of almost like a dark night of the soul moment here. This can also represent maybe paranoia too. He just basically knows that they're coming for me. What am I going to do about it? He's feeling extremely burdened by the whole situation. This is the first time that Duck L'Orange has really contemplated what could potentially happen to him if things don't work out. And that for him is already burden enough. He is emotional. Yeah. We know he's a sociopath, but he still's got some raisins of emotion in him. And he's like, oh my goodness. What this also suggests as well, I think there's been a lot of arguments. Yeah. I think there's been a lot of arguments, and I think words have been said, there's fights in the family, and it's been very emotional. And as we know, Trump is not a big fan of Kushner because he turns on everyone. And then what do we get as the outcome card? Normally this would be a super positive card, yeah? When the sun is the right way up, it is illumination, disclosure, happiness, all that stuff. Boom! The opposite. Yeah, it is the opposite. It's like an eclipse. He just wants to hide.
Exactly.
If this is disclosure and being out there, look at the confidence of the child. Yeah, you swap it that way. Donald wants to hide. For one of the few times in his life, he wants to hide. He wants to get away. He does not want to be seen, to be taken into court in handcuffs, like Weaselberg. Yeah.
Oh, we are so waiting for that. The perp walk between Trump and his kids.
Oh, absolutely. You should be there, Ganga, taking petals from your headdress just to kind of releasing doves,
We'll be sitting there with the New Year's Eve things blowing and
absolutely. So Trump is in a pickle. He is not feeling confident. He is in a dark place. He wants to hide from the world, and we will see what will happen. But at the end of the day, it is what is due. It's what's due for, like, look, all of this, all these battles, that abuse of power. So before we sign off, I just want to say a thank you to everyone. Thanks so much as well for the donations as well, and all of the comments. And we will see you next time. Hopefully Dianne will be able to join us, and who knows, maybe even Marie might even fly in for a little tinkle, who knows. And so thank everyone again so much, and we will see you next week. And that was a bit of a whistle-stop tour, but wasn't it fun? Lots we've covered. So watch out, everyone. Stay safe. Try and avoid big crowded places and stuff like that.
Oh,
there's a lot of craft. Indeed. Sorry, what did you say, Lady G?
I'm sorry. I just wanted to tell you real quick. I got the same thing as you did underneath of it all. The abuse of power by
Oh,
who? By guess who? And attempting to hold on to
wow.
the wealth, no matter what it takes for his victory.
Wow. Wow. Well,
Same thing.
there you are, folks. So thanks so much, everyone. And we will
Thank
see
you.
you next week. All right. Cheers. Bye bye.